Alright, I believe we're going live right now with the Grizz Games pre-game show. It's gonna take a minute here to set up and everything. As you know, I'm Grizz, Heart You. Welcome to the show. Yeah. We're going with Zero to Hero Day 3. I've got the song in my head that I gotta play here. It's by the Presidents of the United States of America. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What is your desire? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. The presidents. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, okay, here we go. So it's called Ladies and Gentlemen Part 1. Ladies and Gentlemen Part 1. Let's see what that sounds like. Let's see if it's awesome, as awesome as we remember. Yeah. Shit, I haven't heard this since I was like 10. Ladies and gentlemen, what is your desire? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, explosions and fire. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Are you prepared to rock? Okay, I think that's how I'll start the show today. Let's rock. Let's rock. So that's what, like. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What is your desire? And hello, ladies and gentlemen. So 0 to 25. All right. Good shit, boys. All right. All right. Well, if you're here for the pre-show, thanks for joining. I'm about to get going with this thing. As you probably know, I usually go from about noon Pacific Standard Time to 6 Pacific Standard Time. Spammed time. New words. But I had an appointment earlier today, and then made the mistake of eating 3 Egg McMuffins and passing the fuck out. Okay. So, let's get this YouTube show started. It's at 23.9 decibels. Let's turn it up a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Gonna give myself some water. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, let's get this thing fucking going. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What is your desire? And hello, ladies and gentlemen, explosions and fire. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Grizz Games, and you're watching Day 3 of From Zero to Hero with Faeria. So, if you were around yesterday, you gotta know that I am Grizz Games, or Grizz from Grizz Games, and we've been starting with a sort of adjustment in terms of the way we play. You can see the previous episodes on YouTube, Grizz Games. So we've been playing a bit more reflexively, and it's been working really, really well for us. Well, I spent some time last night going through the single-player puzzles and whatnot, and then I discovered that that's a way to get a shit ton of fucking chests. So while I blather on here for a second, I'm going to go ahead and get some of those opened. Just for my viewers here. Look at that, fucking 12. Just for doing some single player. So yesterday was about changing up our tempo a little bit, making sure that we didn't reveal our hand to the other players, and today we're gonna actually start paying attention to the other players and what kind of stuff we're encountering most of the time. So we can change our deck so it's a 51% winning deck. And what I mean by that, by the way, is a fundamental idea in competitive game design. Every player in the world, us included, Grizz, and all you Grizzly Bears, Grizzly Mamas, Grizzly Friends, Grizzly Cubs, hipsters, musicians, gamers, drinkers, what have you, every player in the world wants to win 100% of the time. However, it's the game company's job to make sure that you get as close to 50% as possible. The extra 1%, or 2%, or 3%, or 4%, or 5% that you win, or say 10% if you're really damn good and you're way up near the top, like you're the fucking Bobby Fischer of Faeria, comes from figuring out edges and gameplay. So what we're going to try and do is get a sense of what other players are doing, like what the meta is here, and start to develop our play based off of that. So in our journey from zero to hero, we start to win enough. Not every time, because that's impossible, and we start to win enough that we can eventually, with that gameplay style, get down to, the top 1,000 or whatever your goal is in your quest to become zero to hero. So, oh shit, we got the King's Faithful. Interesting. I've had the Queens before where it's 2-2. I really like this idea. That is a pretty fucking saucy card right there. So, oh, whoops. I'm going to switch back to the in-game camera here, now that we're done hearing me talk about things. So I just opened a chest, and you've got the King's Faithful, and something I learned yesterday, actually, is that protection is different than the way shields work in, say, Duelist. In Duelist, if you pop the shield, like if someone attacks you, here you can read the description right up there. If someone attacks you, takes away the shield, and then the next attack will actually start to do damage to your health. In Duelist, the shield would come back when it's your turn again, making it extremely, extremely powerful. But what I've discovered in this game is that the shield does not come back the next turn, which, I mean, it seems a little shit, to be honest. Pardon my French, but this is a 5-cost guy. So, you can get an assassination on a something that's maybe 4 or 3 health, and then maybe kill something else. So, I don't know. But I think it's worth exploring. I also want to check out Queen's Assassin, I believe. It's the one with a death touch. She's the one that basically anything fights her and it doesn't have a shield or anything like that, and it immediately dies. Using those as harvesters on the enemy's side, because if we're gonna make an aggressive play, no one wants to be near that shit unless they can, just dismiss it with some damage. Okay, so, couple of blue, green, nothing incredible here. King's Assassin is pretty cool, or King's protected guy is pretty cool. We'll check it out. Anywho, let's see what we got. Royal Judge. I have no idea what a safeguard is. Interesting. I own two meteors already. Come on, give me another sweet red. Damn it. Okay. And one more chest, and we're gonna start rolling into this. Ah. Okay. This seems like a good oh shit card, but that's a really high cost of desert, especially for my deck. What we've sort of worked into yesterday is, let's just make sure this might be worth it. What we worked into yesterday is a combination deck of red and yellow, and it's been pretty fucking saucy so far. It's been working out for me. As we were playing yesterday, due to some good advice and whatnot, we sort of moved away from having a very, very light, cost-heavy deck into a more medium, with some chunkier creatures to help defend and whatnot deck. And then we started adding a little more red so we could get some immediate damage to take characters off the board we don't like, etc. Add some... This has been really fun. Adding some range to our units, etc. And it's been working out really well for us. So it might be worth it to add this guy, the Tornado. Although we don't really have... Like, getting to 4 sand or 5 rock is already a lot to ask for. I don't know that I can ask for 5 sand in addition to that. Let's try a couple of games and see where we're at. So, starting off in 0 to hero, and when you're going from 0 to hero, you always want to be critical of what you've learned in the past. Make sure you're reinforcing it over and over in your head, and then you want to be analytical of every game you play. When you play a game, you're not just going to immediately go, oh, fuck, I lost. I'm going to the next game, not even thinking about it. What a cheap bastard I just played. You want to take a second, go, okay, did I do the things that I want to consistently? If yes, then what did I need to change in that game to do better against that person? Then, if I do make these changes against that person, am I going to do better against everybody? Make sense? Okay. So there we go. Rank 19. We started at 25 a couple nights ago. That's by no means a professional rank, but it's going to be. It's going to be, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone's still water droplets like us. Okay. So honestly, I'm a pretty big fan of this. So I'm going to try out a strategy here of, okay, so he's going for both. So we're going to assume so far that he's playing somewhat defensively, because that's a pretty defensive move, obviously. So we're going to ascribe some traits to this player. And as we ascribe these traits, we're going to where was I going with it? Throughout our games, we're going to think to ourselves, okay, we're running into a lot of X, Y, and Z style players. How can we adapt our deck to be a 51% win rate person? Or 60 or 75 if you're a Grizzly. While we're waiting for him, I just gotta say, I love you guys. I love the participation that's been coming up over the last few days. I love the fact that a lot of you guys are getting into this with me. This stream, this YouTube series is as much about you as it is about anything. I want to create a community here. This is all about creating that feeling of sitting down next to your buddy and playing games with him. Okay. So that was a good call by him. He made me pay 3. And he made me miss this mana collection and the potential to bounce back and forth over here. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to dedicate to this side and I'm going to start rolling up and then hopefully get some land here and here so I can pressure this guy and this guy. So he's got a 1 Faeria lead because he got a collection on that. And some sort of taunt or something. What do we got here, buddy? Okay. Oh, interesting. That's a 2. What's a good reflexive play to this? Reflective, rather. Okay, so if I had 10 or anywhere near 10, I could make a much better play against this. So, you know what I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to build out this way. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so he's now going to be 2, maybe 3 Faeria ahead of me. So he's got a highly neutral deck, it looks like. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen that yet. It's a good idea. You can spread really fast. Get some cards out that are pretty fucking strong. We've got 3/6. Really good defender, but it's going to give him time to gather his units up here and put in some pretty gnarly pressure. So what do you think, boys? Is this first game going to be a loss or a win? Looking a little bit gnarly right now. So he can hit us for 3. Yeah, I'll take the 3 to the face. It's interesting play on his part. It's not a rush in terms of land development, but it's almost a rush in terms of just the fact that he's using all neutral. So if I survive long enough to get more of my lands out and more of my more interesting cards out, I think I should be okay. We'll see about that, though. This is really going to hurt. So lots of taunts. Interesting. Just lots of diversions away from, well, attacking. Well, at this point, if you have multiple taunts, you can select your target, so it doesn't matter. Oh my god, this is what we were looking for. This is what we were looking for. Okay. So we are going to... Put this down. Going to taunt this. Wish we had spread out our sand a little bit more. Flame burst this. Just to stop him from getting any more bonuses there. And... yeah, let's go back and collect. Yeah. So we're going to take another 3 damage, guaranteed. And then I assume he's going to put a unit here. It might have behooved me, actually, to leave my village elder up here so that I could cross and kill the royal judge. Because that's a cost of 5 for him. If he's smart, he's going to either move this guy out of the way over here or spawn a new unit and just hope he can pummel me down. Okay, so that's... oh, shit. Okay. We don't have an angle on... let's see, how can we kill this guy? 1, and then we'll walk him over with this fellow. Okay, so if we're gonna walk him here. Oh wait. Yeah, so we can Blazing Salamander. Oh shit. How can we do this? So that guy's gonna die anyway, this next turn. God, this play is really interesting. Okay, so... So let's go ahead and kill him. Let's go up here. Let's get our second, third of that going. Oh, we missed it. Okay, God bless. Okay, so we're a little too apprehensive on that play. So I can walk him up, kill him next turn. I love these guys. The Queen's Assassin or whatever. I'm stuck on selection mode. There we go. Okay. Can I see cards yet? So I was so afraid of this lady because she has an ability called Death Touch. It's the one that we talked about a little while ago, where the first thing she touches in battle just automatically dies. Okay. Okay, we can still kill him, no problem. So he eventually builds up into water? Is that his plan here? I'm not really getting any incredible cards here. So, I can at least get him... I'm not sure if that's what I wanted to do here. Okay. We can at least get some Faeria next turn. We're going to need it. It's a really weird game. Pacing. So odd. That's one thing I'm loving so far about this game, is it can change literally every single game. He's definitely got me beat right now in terms of health, in terms of Faeria, in terms of card count, and in terms of units on the board. So we're gonna have to think about how can we beat him in terms of tech, and eventually board placement. I'm gonna threaten with this guy, start doing some damage. I'm gonna see. Okay, well, hopefully get a decent draw so we can actually cause some havoc here. This is very problematic. Is problem. God, this is going to be an expensive solution here. If I move him and grant him... well, we're going to do a little experiment. Let's see if he can fire after... No, he cannot. Oh, that sucks. Okay. We'll threaten with the sand up there. So I'm going to be down to 4 health after this turn, which means he can just pick me off pretty easily with like a couple of people with Berserk, whatever. Ah, so here's the King's Faithful. It might have been better if I had saved the Blazing Salamander for a more useful situation. Like landing him right here would have been amazing. Right now, at this point, he hasn't really done very much useful at all. I think that's GG. Let's see. Yeah, it should be. Depending on an interesting card draw. So I really like this deck he's doing. A like neutral heavy, like a little bit of green. Okay, so that's not a card we wanted. I'm not gonna lie, some really shit draws this game. But you know, that happens every once in a while. RNG is gonna kick your ass. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's see. Can kill him. No problem. Can't do anything about him. Yep. Okay, cool. So we're gonna cut our losses there, that game. Okay, so thinking about that game critically, number one, we have now just learned that pure neutral, with a little bit of water and a little bit of forest, can do some pretty heavy work early game, and then move into a solid mid game. I don't think he was going to have any like huge hitters for late game. So while it wasn't obvious the first turn that he was doing a rush, it sort of was what he did. I mean, it was slow enough to maybe be defined as like a mid, you know? But he did get in my face and just drop a bunch of units right away, and then just kind of tempo me to death. So I think I should have been playing a little more defensively. I think I could have spread my key land, like rocks and sand, a little bit better. Spread him around my base once I saw that he was going to try and tempo kill me by just having his units around my base. So I could have, for instance, dropped that salamander in a much more key position at a much more key time. But yeah, after a point there, he just kind of had me in the palm of his hand, and there wasn't going to be much I could do to escape. So that was really clever, really well played by him. So lessons, doing a little bit more defense at home with our key land cards right around here. These 3 tiles. Okay. Okay, interesting. That is a cool avatar. I haven't seen that yet. Uh, let's see how he reacts to a fairly normal just double expansion this direction. We're going to miss out on 1 Faeria by not deploying right away. Okay, he's going to start expanding this direction. So let's do... We've got our Imperial Soldier. We can... Imperial Guard. We can slow him down a little bit. But let's use this tile, expand out a little bit there. At least contest him for this second one here. And let's end it there. Remember, we're making sure we're not revealing way too much about our hand until we absolutely need to. Okay. So I think I'll go neutral tile, haste, kill him. Oh, well. Won't be a kill anymore. Ouch. Okay. That was a cool move. Okay. By the way, that card was Shifting Tide. Lets you move a land, even if there's a unit on it. So he can kind of surf his guy a space forward and have that land already conquered, which allows him to put other land even closer to my base. So I think what I'm going to do here is... If I put a tile here, he can move 1 forward and put it there. Let's go ahead and move this guy up. I can go for a taunt and a haste. Yeah. For a total of 8, and we're going to put down 1 stone. That's going to put him at 2. And let's Get our farm boy out so we can collect next turn. And if he backs off enough to let us start collecting our Faeria, we're going to do some cheeky play with the Cannon Carrier and the Ogre Battler. Okay. So what was that card? Costs 3 less whenever you... Okay, yeah. Oh, God. So he's buffing the shit out of this guy. Okay, and... Let's let him kill the farm boy. And we're going to save up for next turn where we can get an ogre. He can move a tile forward, and we'll be able to suicide the farm boy or put the ogre there. So he's 3 fairy ahead. Okay. Oh, sand. Interesting. And desert right there, I assume. Okay. Ugh, God. It's interesting that we haven't been drawing any of our... Oh, well, there's one. Our dismissal skills. Let's see. Get one more mana. Put our ogre here. And... Yeah, let's leave it at that. Because you can't kill this guy immediately with these two fellas. However, if he does attack it with this guy, I want to see if he attacks it with this guy. So we can flame burst him down, hopefully. Again, we're not just slapping down all the cards we can right away. God, these buffs are crazy. If I had my dismissal card, this game would be heavily turned around. Perhaps I need to put another one in my deck. I think I have 2. I'm talking about the 6 cost immediate killing of a creature. Oh, that's a cool idea. So that's going to bring me down to 4. No. More farm boys. All right. So, unfortunately, now I have to... maybe I can just use the ogre. Okay, so we'll do an attack with the ogre. We'll place... Place sand. Oh, we can't move this guy. Fuck, we just screwed ourselves, didn't we? Yes, we did. Well, GG, yeah, shouldn't have attacked with the ogre. That was silly. Alright. So note for that match, I possibly could have pulled myself out there if I didn't forget that you couldn't move after your attacks. And I didn't have a monster that can shove him anywhere, so kind of shot myself in the foot right there. So today, in going from 0 to hero, we learned to be humble. Humble, analytical, and let's see. So that guy, again, did some very clever, fast maneuvering and buffing to make his creatures incredibly powerful. So what would have served us in these last two games? More removal cards would be one. So let's make sure we've got a satisfactory amount of removals. So where are my... Oh, I only have one Last Nightmare. I want to make that at least 2 or 3. How many Flame Bursts do I have? I have 2. How many Salamanders do I have? I have 2. So let's see if we can get another Last Nightmare. So let's go to Sand. 6. Okay, so can we craft another one? Yes, we can. No, we can't. Balls. Okay, so... This is a damn cool looking card, but I don't think I really need it. And I'm not convinced on this guy so far, but we're going to keep him for a little bit. Okay, so we're going to craft a second one of these. We're going to put that in our deck. Lord of the Waste. You are a waste of a disenchant. Do we have any, like, legendary shit we can get rid of in, let's say, water? Taunt, protection. That's a pretty cool card. But I can't really see us using it very often. Yeah. No, so the way we're going... So we might eventually go for more last words focus, because that works really well with yellow. And green's an opportune deck for that, but so far, water doesn't seem to be our playstyle. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of this, and we're going to feel good about it. So here we go, back to this, and we can get another Last Nightmare to up our deck to 3. Hopefully that's not going to be over-indexing on that. That is a lot of... It's a pretty fucking good removal, and we usually get up to 3 sand in our games. And it seems like buffing units is a pretty common play right now. Buffing units and just hoping that we can't remove them. So let's go ahead and see how we can fit those 2 extra Last Nightmares into our deck. I'm a big fan of Oblivion Rider. The Charge 3 that he has makes him a pretty good card for applying pressure. You can just kind of come out of nowhere, and we can, say, move him right next to their base with a move. By the way, something I just learned that makes this card even more amazing. There are 2 things, actually. When you play this card, right away you get a gift. Again, a gift is an immediate ability that you know, helps you out that you can use right away, like a little spell. This creature has a move gift, and that doesn't just mean he can move a character one space in any direction. It means that he grants them a full move with their move limitations. So this guy can move 3. So even if he has res sickness or whatever you want to call it when I first place him on the board, I can put this guy, grant this guy a move, and I can move him 3 in a direction. Or I can cast this move on myself, and I can do an immediate jump, which is a kind of haphazard, like 2 in any direction. Incredibly useful. Even more useful than I thought it was, and I already love this card. Have literally never used Meteor. This Ogre Battler's come through for me a lot of times. Ignis has come through for me. I'm not convinced Silent Horsemasters are as useful for us as we think. Or indeed the Death Wish Ghouls. If we're playing right, they have pretty good damage, though. They can apply pretty good pressure if we get them up to the enemy. So in what situations are we going to be getting up to force and... It's not going to be super common. What situations are we going to get up to 5 rock? Not super common either. It's kind of asking for a little bit too much to be able to get to both. So out of those two, what is more useful to us? I'm going to go with the Meteor. Pretty beastly card, and that monstrosity in my current deck, because I don't grant protection or anything like that, is fairly easy to get rid of to kill. So that's one. Now, how do we want to get that second one in there? Shaitan Demon, pretty damn good for applying pressure once we're on their side of the board. Or if I know I can get him killed in like 1 or 2 turns. Because again, he deals 2 damage to me every time he's in use. It's a tough decision on what to remove here. We usually end up more card starved than mana starved if we get our deck going right. So let's do without one of these ghouls. Let's save that and let's give it a shot. So, again, explaining the concept behind what we just did. We're going to play one more game in this episode, by the way, and then we're going to open some more chests. So explaining the concept behind what we just did. We've been encountering a lot of buffed units applying huge pressure to us. And we've been looking for removals that can help in these situations. And we haven't been getting them. So we bought 2 more of those 6-cost removals so we can get rid of those like 10 health, 11 damage units that just end up being in our faces. So changing our play by adapting how many removals we have, and then also changing our play by making sure that we defend with special lands near our home base. If we see a sort of an imminent attack coming in, we're looking pretty weak around here, so that we can do something like drop a salamander on them and get that instant 2 damage in AoE. Let's do... We definitely don't need the last nightmare yet. Let's get rid of the fanatic. Okay. So, interesting, 2 Imperial Guards. So here's a thought. Let's start with 1 sand. And dedicate to harvesting this side fairly heavily. And I can at least kill off 1 fairly strong unit with this. So I can either hang out at my well, if I believe that I could survive with this guy for 3 turns, or I can bounce back and forth if he's not going to contest. Okay, yeah, so he's going straight for this. He's going to put down a farmer or something. Or, okay, a village elder. And we are going to... move out this way. And... let's see. We can threaten him in 2 turns. But we can collect this in 1 turn. It's sort of showing our play. But perhaps we'd slow down his advance here. And then in the name of being reflexive, we're just going to not put out that guy yet. Save some of our mana in case we have to do something really heavy. And we're going to Vape Nash y'all. I'm going to take a second, make sure that the stream health is good. Looks fine. Does it look fine on Twitch? Looks fine there. Excellent. Okay. By the way, if you're liking what you're seeing, go ahead and give me a like, comment, or dislike, and subscribe or follow or what have you. It really helps me out. Lets me know what you want to see, what you want to see more of, any feedback you have. If there's one thing I've learned in life, it's you got to take constructive feedback. So let's challenge. So I'm always happy to hear any of that you guys have. But mostly, I want to create a space that you guys enjoy, because I heart the shit out of you. So it looks like he's going to do a trade here, possibly. Maybe open up with a taunt here? Okay, no. Okay, so... can it? Yeah, that'd be interesting if I could create a connected land there. Shade and Demon, move him back, collect, and keep him there with another taunt, I think. That would mean he can get a kill on Shade and Demon and the Taunter. So actually, I'm going to Be happy with that. Sit on it for a second. Okay. So this is going to be pretty friendly to me in terms of costs. Okay, yeah. So I think we're going to start getting our stone out. Or our mountains, rather. And let's collect this, get the kill, and put a taunt here. And sit back. I think we're sitting pretty right now. We're doing pretty well in terms of just countering his play and being a tiny bit more cost efficient about it, which is going to eke us out into a stronger late game. If he puts a fairly heavy unit here, I can possibly just take him out with this guy who's threatening mid. We're going to put a rock here. So I can kill him with a 3. And I could start collections with a village elder and a demon wing. Or I can get it right away with a haste. A 3/3 haste might be useful. I think we're going to go the conservative route and put someone who can collect for a little bit of time but support. And get someone who can also help with a bit of pressure mid. So he's a 6. So how can we play this? 5. So it looks like we can kill all of these. It's a total of 11. 3, 3. Okay, so we've got 8. We can go a total of 13. Or we can put down our next sand. Do a removal. Yeah, let's do sand. Remove the. What do we think? The taunting fellow. Remove the 7/7 for equal cost. And let's clean this up. And get a charge here. Okay, so this guy can now... He can't threaten base. I mean, he's still 2 turns away from hitting base. Or face, rather. Base face. Here on Gris Games, we got all the terms for you. But we can threaten him with an advanced land plant. So he was a cost of 5. Yeah, let's do that. I think it's worth getting this up, getting a kill. And costing them 5. And getting a land. Here we go. So next turn we're going to try and get Ignis out. I guess it depends on whether or not he does an offensive play or a defensive play. Probably going to go offensive, one of these green areas here. Yeah, that's definitely what he's looking at. 2 note though, we're now ahead in Faeria gain. So we can get a kill on this guy. Not a kill, but we can bring him down close to death. So let's get Ignis out. Oh shit, we can't quite do that, can we? Oh yeah. Put the Horsemaster down. Let's get him over here. Let's get him over here. And we're gonna park them. We're not actually gonna do damage yet. Oh shit. Oh no. Okay, Ignis is coming up next turn. We are silly, but at least we defended. So he's going to be 9-9. We can take him out with the Farm Boy and the Horsemaster. Ooh, Death Touch. Oh, nice. That's a cool defensive play with that. Alright. So we're finally going to get Ignis out. That's going to help us with taking out some of these dudes. Yeah. Wham. Wham. And we can play the Shade and it would have been nice if we put a Sand there, but we didn't. So Ripperoonie. I imagine he's going to try and kill this guy off next turn. Someone with haste would be able to do that just fine. We haven't seen a lot of haste in his deck, though. So I think he's going to put a card down and try and play towards killing this individual. So we are going to put down the Shaitan Demon. Sit pretty. So someone with a taunt right here, I imagine. So he's going to make me start taking the damage. Clever. So, whack him. Then we're going to... shoot, I could have moved him 1, 2, 3 and hit face. Whoops. Gorsh. Okay. So let's at least get our 4 damage out. And another 3 damage. And that turn. And if he chooses not to play defensively again, we can scoot this guy over, whack him again. For a grand total of death. 12 damage. Okay. So let's go ahead and kill this taunting guy. First, let's see what happens with this. Yeah. So 8. Kill him. And... play him 1 square away from a potential taunt right there. And... let's see. He's up on cards. We're up on mana. I'm cool with putting an Elder here. Try and get another card next turn. Or at least collecting if that goes downhill. Woo! Alright. This game is really well designed. I'm liking it more and more as I play it. If you come from a background of Hearthstone, Duelist, Magic the Gathering, fucking Stratego, Civilization, whatever, it's got a lot of appealing aspects to it. Woo! Yeah, he's got to feel that heat now. Okay, well, we're going to start collecting with this guy. Start collecting with the farm boy. Once you're in the lead, keep getting in the lead. I think he's just waiting for that 1 card you can use to kill this guy. Or something with a taunt to defend himself against this guy. Whew, yeah. If you haven't checked it out yet, I have a YouTube series that we're actually filming the 4th installation of on this game. It's part of a series of series we're calling From Zero to Hero. From Zero to Hero with Grizz Games. I used to be in the gaming industry, and I'm all about figuring out how games work. And I usually get enthralled by a game until I feel like I'm in the top, 75th percentile or whatever. And with that mindset, with enough grinding, enough playing, you can usually get into, the 80th, 90th, etc. So I'm creating these guides to give you guys the tools, the right sort of mentality, etc., that can boost you into the top tiers of whatever games you guys end up playing. So, if you've done your time and you're at the end of the video here, we're going to open some chests, get some fat loots, my friends. I'm going to start from the right side. Yes. I've wanted Wind Soldiers for a while. These guys are real fucking good. So great for just like a fast hit, fast kill, whatever. Honestly, it's interesting that they even put health on them. They probably couldn't program in a unit that had 0 health. Wind Wisp. How useful will that be in our deck? Flying, charge 3, pretty expensive. Does a lot of damage against gods. So maybe good for like one cheeky hit. I don't know how I feel about that card. Yeah, it gets 4 damage against gods. Yeah, so let's re-roll that. Okay. That's pretty cool. Here we go. Number 2. Number 2. I believe in a thing called love. Sorry, you had to hear that. Okay. Master Swordsman. Could be useful for... I'm not a huge fan of this. Unless you have a really low hand and you have a really expensive card. So maybe that might be useful for, like... I don't know what it'd be useful for on our hand, actually. I am about getting some more neutral cards, though, so I'm okay with that. Okay, number 3. Boom. Okay. I do like this a hell of a lot. Another removal gives me some life. Nothing I can really complain about there. This guy might be useful because we do a decent amount of card draws. Yeah. Nothing much to complain about there. Okay, so recap. We noticed in our first few games that we were succumbing to a lot of high health unit pressure, and we weren't building defensively with special tiles when we sensed that they're coming in with an imminent attack. In that last game, you might have seen that I started clustering some of my special tiles more around my home base when I saw that the fight was going to be coming to me. So what we did was, with those special tiles, we got in enough units to hold off on a good defense. And then when we saw that we were getting a Faeria advantage, then we took the fight to him. Like, if you have 3 more Faeria than your opponent, you have an open play available. Maybe get down a 3 Faeria unit that has a charge or something, and just get him across the map, get some pressure going, and force him to do something that's outside of his rush playset. Rush or mid-game playset. Because anytime that you force them to start pulling out cards that are better for early aggression, you're making them play at a deficit. And what do we do once we're ahead? We keep playing like we keep gaining a lead instead of going for an instant kill. So, made him play at a deficit, started stacking up more cards that would help us out, then went for the kill. But he ended up surrendering because he knew it was going to happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Grizz. This is Grizz Games, and we are doing From Zero to Hero Faeria. Please check out my next vid, going to be coming up soon, and if you're in the stream, I'll see you in a second. Okay, if you're in the stream, I'm going to take a second to get up and stretch and everything, and then we're going to film the next episode of From Zero to Hero. I'll be right back. Stay tuned for more chest openings, by the way. We got 6 more. We're going to do it in this next episode. Woo! Okay. Thanks for sticking around in the stream, boys and girls. Alright, so I'm going to take a second and try a little experiment here. I wonder, I'm trying to figure out how much of a song is considered fair use-ish enough for it to not immediately get takedown notice in YouTube or what have you, or be threatened with any sort of cease and desist or what have you. So, I have an idea for a song. Wait, what? That I'd like to be the intro from Zero to Heroes. Yeah, there we go. And that would be Jukebox Hero. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and go with this. And let's turn up that sound a little bit. We're going to go to 15, and we're going to go back to 25. There we go. Yeah! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Grizz, and this is From Zero to Hero with Grizz Games, and today we're playing Faeria, and you're with me on what should be episode 5. Okay, so as you saw in the last episode, we adapted our play based off of the 2 first people we played, and obviously you want to be doing this against larger samples, but the idea there is that over X number of people, you see Y number of playstyle or Y amount of playstyle, and you adapt your play based on what we're calling the 51%. You want to win 51% or more of your games. Obviously, every player wants to win 100% of their games, but that's not how it works in competitive game design. The idea is about getting statistics that bring different hands as close to 50-50 in matchups as possible. And if you're playing any competitive game, that is how the metrics are used. So spoilers on the business there for you. So last episode we analyzed 2 games we played. In those 2 games, we in our constructive post-game criticism, noticed that we didn't play special tiles defensively once they showed enough aggression to definitely merit putting some useful shit around near the bottom of our base. We also noticed that if the enemy had extremely buffed units in our face, we didn't have a very good response. Just look at this cursor hovering over the chest. It's so titillating. It just wants you to open, please. We noticed that we didn't have a response to extremely buffed units. So we went back to our deck. We took out a couple of cards that we weren't seeing very much play of, and that didn't seem too cohesive with our strategy we're improving upon. And we got 2 more 6-cost removal cards. And we started seeing those more in our play. And in the last game, we played reflexively, we played defensively when we needed to, and we followed all the rules we've developed today, and we won. Okay, so, oh god. Here we go. Let's open some of these chests. Fan service, y'all! Okay, well, if we make a yellow and green deck, I guess this is going to be pretty cool. At least we're not getting blues. Gift gain 2, last words your opponent gains 2. That's not really going to be one that would... let's re-roll that. This is okay again, but it may be something we disenchant. I guess that would be good for putting us on the offense after making a defensive play. If that seems to be something that we end up needing, we'll check that out some more. Move a friendly creature or pay 3 more to move an enemy creature. I do love Firebomb. I'm all about that shit. Firebomb, buddy. This is how hyped I am for you. We're going plaid. Okay, I'm real excited about that. And also, look at his little happy face there. Good shit. Cool guys don't look at explosions. Do we want to reroll this? I mean, we could get someone off a special tile to make a defensive play. We could get one of our guys into a more offensive position. It's worth having this in our deck so we can at least think about it, I think. So we're going to do 3 chests now, and then 3 after our first game. This would be pretty damn cool for defense. Punishing them hard for going overly aggressive. I really like the idea of having this in our deck. I'm not totally sure about this guy. Might be cool to have in our deck in cohesion with our legendary card that shoots fireballs at people when we opt in for mana. Let's see. His name is Ignis, the First Flame, and we love him. He's pulled us through some interesting battles so far. Okay. So we have spot for another firebomb. How many firebombs do we currently have? Oh, do we have no firebombs? That makes me real sad, man. That might be indexing too highly on removals, though. So just for now, we're gonna play with our deck, see what patterns we notice, and adapt. We're gonna go from semi-medium-ish hero to medium above average hero. It's about gradual steps, it's about playing smart and consistently. Trying to build our decks in a way that we understand them, not just taking someone else's necessarily and just winning over and over and not knowing what you're doing. Let's try moving him out. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. So what do we think he's gonna do? Alright. So he zigs, we zag. Actually, since our first thing is a village elder, let's contest. Because if he dies, we get some use out of him. And we're going to save our Explore card until we can use it in a more strategically advantageous way. Using this Explore card right away, first time, every time, is a pretty big mistake. Because there's some much more interesting and strong situations we can carve out with it. However, keeping it forever and doing nothing with it would also be not so great. But it's 0 cost, so yeah. I mean, it also gives you 2 mana, which is Faeria, which is very nice. Wow, that's an expensive So he's hoping to secure the hell out of this lane, possibly. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and force him to build across. And go this way. So we're just gonna milk this and then possibly milk both of these with this guy here. By putting this tile here instead of here, we're forcing him to either put down 2 tiles or basically 2 tiles. So 1 turn or 2. So he can't immediately just take this guy and start running down and mauling our poor little village elder here. At least that's the rationale behind that play. We'll see how that works out. Okay, he is spending so much. We can build out here and split our pressure from side to side. And if he advances, we can put a second rock down and place our ogre there. So we're a bit in the lead in terms of Faeria gain. He's made some really big costs to get some early expansion going. I assume his plan is to turtle a little bit and start hammering me with something, so that's why we're going to go up the middle here and put a little bit of pressure on. So this is where a removal card would be nice. So I think he's going to just work on some big cards. So let's get you up here. Let's build our... Actually, we're just going to go right up. See how he reacts to that. And we've drawn a nice little dong here. It's very important to make as many phallic symbols in your game as possible. Oh, he didn't want me to pick him off right away? Ooh, this is interesting. I haven't seen this guy. When Sephard destroys a creature, he gains attack and life equal to the destroyed creature's original attack and life. Okay. So I assume he's going to put a land here, kill this guy. He's got 7 health. How can we threaten him? I have an idea. If you move forward, you're gonna get taunted. Or yeah, he shouldn't. Shit. He can kill this guy with this guy, and kill this guy. Shit. We should. Yeah, in my mind, this was an open tile that we could move on. It was, in fact, not an open tile that we could move on. Okay, okay, so moving forward. What can we do to remedy that a little bit? Nothing much. So we're going to take our licks here and just learn from it. Oh, right. Okay. So he immediately gains that. Ooh, that is tough. That is tough. That is tough. That is buff. And he can kill this guy. So we can fend him off until we get... Shit, he's gonna die. Should have moved him into a safer position. So yeah, we didn't spend enough time actually analyzing our move at the beginning, and now we're kind of sitting around regretting it at the end of the turn. So we just got to be building consistent play. So let's instead trade with pressure. But not blow our whole wad here. So I imagine he'll go for a kill with this guy. Yeah. This guy's meaty. Alright. Hopefully we're going to get an elimination card or a removal card at some point. We've still got the salamander, which is nice, but not amazing. We've got 23 Faeria, by the way. So we can do an elimination now with the salamander and our freedom fighter. Oh no, but he gains life, so that'd be... actually, yeah, if we do the salamander first, then we should kill him off. So, salamander, bringing him to 3. Haste, kill him. And then... Let's sit on that. Let's not get too antsies in our pantsies. Technical term right there. By the way, if you ever have any comments or tips, all about that. It takes a village to raise a child. It takes a community to make a player strong. If you have any advice on my play, go ahead and drop me a comment, whether it's in the stream, video, whatever. I usually get back to you right away. So, never be afraid of hitting me with that. Okay, so... he's got the advantage on collection. We can get rid of him. Put a sand there, put one of these guys down. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So. What the fuck? Where did this elder come from? I'm not too worried about him for a little bit. So. That. Sand down. Deathwish Ghoul. Then we're going to... threaten with an Oblivion rider here. He can kill it decently easily, but we are ahead in terms of just a little bit of Faeria. He has more cards, but we have more Faeria. So I imagine he'll pull out a taunt. Oh, okay, 3 damage. So 3 for 6. Well done. And he secures at least this Faeria again. If he moves this guy forward, it might actually be worth it just to get the kill on him. So we're going to do we want a mountain there? Yeah, let's go ahead and... Going to mountain here. I'm going to kill him. We're going to ogre. We don't have 15 quite yet. So we're going to sit on it for a second here. Is it worth it to defensively threaten there? To say, no, you shall not pass. Because he can... Yeah. And to get him ready for an attack. Okay. So let's see if he has a removal or something. Because if he does, this could be a very good time to play it. Okay. So he's going for the Faeria advantage. I'm cool with that. Let's go ahead and put our cannon guy down here so we can pressure that guy, get our Faeria back. Or actually, we'll put it here so we can kill both of these. Cannon. Kill. And... we're a bit low down in terms of Faeria, so we're going to get us to 6 in case we need to destroy a creature. 2 plus 4, potential of 4 next turn. Potential of 5, actually. I assume he's going for something tough here. So he's got a pretty big Faeria advantage. We can start hitting him with face unless he plays something right there. Okay. Is it worth doing a removal on this guy? You know, I could have shot him over here with our horse guy. Shoot. So let's go ahead and kick him out. And threaten this guy's death. Blazes and Salamander is a pretty expensive way to get this guy, but we can move him in for a defense if we need to. So I assume he's going to put someone there with a taunt. So he's going to charge him up, do 5 damage. That's a good call. Well done. Five, shield down. Oh man. That's very well done on his part. That was pretty key to my strategy at this point. So yeah, I feel like we could have played that last turn a little more intelligently. And let's get some collection control for a little bit here. Or we could have zoomed him up there for the kill. Gadzooks. 3 sand. Let's get one more rock out. Unless we get something important going on. Or in case we get something important going on. So I'm just gonna stop the free hits here. So he's got a bit of a card advantage. He's got a Faeria advantage. I've got him off the wells for now. So that's going to help me a little bit. Good shit, boys. We got a 3-1 Village Elder. Okay. I like his play. I like his play a lot. Just threaten multiple. Yeah. And is it worth 6 at this point to get rid of this guy? Let's pull a card. We should have pulled the card in the beginning. Because we would have known we would have the Village Boy earlier, and would have known we could have gone for a pretty cheap kill against him. So a 1-cost kill, but it's next to him. Ouch. Okay. So he's got a lot of removal cards. He's going to spawn another guy in right here or here. Ooh, with the taunt. So we're definitely going to spend that on this fellow. One, two, three. So let's go for a kill. Add a Shaitan Demon up there, maybe. Or a Horseman down here. Yeah, let's do that. So, let's take him out. Get a Faeria. Let's go for a kill on this guy. And let's do Horseman down here. No. Oh shit, that's not worth it at all. Oh, whoops. That was a mistake. Should have gone with the Shaitan Demon up here. Or Horse Rider down here. That was really silly, actually. Quite silly. It's got a lot of these guys. It's all about those village elders. So we can kill him, start taking 4 every turn. we can kill this. Something that's slightly closer in price. And let's get ourselves up to 4 mana for next turn. Faeria, not mana. Faeria. Good shit. So, by the way, I'm Grizz. This is Grizz Games from Zero to Hero, and I'm loving the hell out of the fact that you guys are joining us today. We are in the, the 5th of a series where we tackle a game, a new coming game, a year-old game, what have you, anything that interests us, anything that interests you, and we see if we can get to that, 60th, 75th percentile within, a few days through solid self-critique, through community interaction and feedback, so always looking for that, hit me in the comments, etc. And let's see. This one's looking ugly for us. So I can take another 3. I can take 5 total by next turn if I put this guy down. I can hit him with 5. Let's see what card options we have. Again, so we played our new card first. And let's Shaitan Demon up there. So we're going to get down to 6 guaranteed. Possibly a little more than that, but we're at least taking the fight to him. If he makes an intelligent play and lets this guy last forever. This village elder is a son of a bitch. Okay, now it's definitely justified to... we're not going to be able to. So we kind of screwed ourselves there. So, lessons from that game. Let's see. We let a minor threat, the village elder, become a major threat over time. We didn't remove him a couple of times when we could have. And I guess in theory, having someone right at your gate, knocking on your door, what have you, is a higher threat than really whatever direct card costs they are. So, I guess that's a lesson of paper versus practicality, you know? What does gameplay look like in the real world? What quests do we have? Play 10 yellow cards. We can definitely do that. Alright. Open a few more chests. Epic. Waryak. That's kind of a snowbally card. Like, if we're already winning, that helps us win more. So I'm going to reroll that. This could be useful. Getting someone on the defense or offense. Buffing up someone who has... yeah. I was going to say someone who has the ability to shoot. Yeah, a little bit. That could be useful for us. I'm not sure that mobility has been so much of a problem for us, so much as, wow, this is a lot of red. We got another fucking Ignis. Interesting. So we could probably disenchant that for a good amount. So I guess it's worth us keeping it. So yeah, movement hasn't been as much of a problem as strategic placement for us, I think. So let's start middle. Look at that. Lord of Terror, Taunt. I like this card a lot. I like this card a hell of a lot. So let's... I think we might go ahead and figure out how we can weave that into our deck. Not so sure about the random cards. Do we already have a Lord of Terror? Let's see. So we're going to play one more game in this episode. But starting out, we're going to possibly make some adjustments. So we want to, I think, be able to defend a little better in a, you know, like quick defense situation. The Ogre Battler is very useful for that. However, you know, we only have one of him. We have still never ever used the Meteor. And at 12 cost and 5 land, I think that's indexing too heavily in rock. Since we're split, I think it's fair to get rid of that and get a little Lord of Terror on our side here. So where are you, my dear lord? So yeah, there we go. I'm cool with that. I'm very cool with that. We don't have current methodologies to get him buffed if we play him. Let's see. If we take him out, what cards are available to us? We could buff him with 3-0. That's really it. 3-0. I don't want to depend on this. 3-0. Where's our sand? Oh, okay. Interesting bug. If you scrolled all the way down and you switch over, does it... Yeah. Huh. Not show up. Okay. And we do have a buff over here. Ooh. I would like to make use of this soul drain here. So we could give him flying and charge too. Relatively inexpensively. How much would that be worth it to us? These ghouls haven't really come through for us very much, I'd say. So I'm okay with getting rid of that. Freedom Fighter has been extremely used to us more than once. Horsemaster, not so much. But that might be because we haven't utilized them in the correct way. So just for the sake of learning, I'm going to leave one more in the deck. So we're going to add Lord of Terror. And then we're also going to add Gift of Steel. So we put in Kaleem's Training, right? No, we didn't. Oh yeah, we have one. Yeah, let's see what ends up being more use to us. We can put in another Kaleem's Training if it ends up being a big part of our deck. But, you know, for now, we'll see. Okay, so again, asking ourselves, what kind of decks are we seeing? We're seeing a lot of buffing units right next to our base. Are we eliminating them when we can? No, we did not last time. Are we building defensive special bases when we can? I feel like we did that, or special lands when we can. I feel like we did that last time. But not doing one of those against a player that's good enough definitely left us in the dust. Because we're sand, right? In the dust, yeah. That was a stretch. Okay, so it looks like he's going straight across. Possibly. So we might counter by going explore, sand, demon. But let's see what he's gonna do. He might just be playing very defensively. Yeah. Perhaps anticipating a rush, or... Okay. Or trying to build up to get to a better place in the later game. So it may be worth it to us to start charging across now. One, two, three, four. 4 turns. I'm sure he'll have some more shit out. Or we can start gathering now. So we'll counter his mana generation, Faeria generation, by getting some of our own. And let's go ahead and start building out our mountains. So now he knows that I'm sand and mountain, or dune and mountain, or desert and mountain, what have you. Okay, so he wants to do card generation. Once he has a good amount of Faeria, probably wants to drop a bunch of units. So we're going to collect, move our way across, hopefully collect again, and get a card off of this individual. Put this guy in a position to start collecting 2 per turn. And let's sit on it. Let's sit on it. We're taking our lesson learned from yesterday that really launched us ahead, and not putting down cards until we need them and we know they will be a just barely good enough response to eke out a Faeria advantage, so that we can push into a late game or mid-late or late game win. When I started out the game, I was just trying to do rushes nonstop. So what if... That's a 10? Oh, yeah, he's gonna get a bunch of mana off of that. So... cheap kill on him is going to be this guy. Because we want to maximize the amount of Faeria right now that we're saving. Let's go with our other plan of moving across, getting a kill or not getting a kill, plus Faeria on that guy. Actually, let's gather that Faeria, put some pressure on, end the turn. Yeah. If we get the 6 cost removal, we can remove that without giving him any more mana, or Faeria. Fuck it, I'm gonna say mana and Faeria from now on. So he's gonna make this trade, kill himself. That's going to put him at 19? Yeah, okay. Then he's going to start dumping units, I'm sure. So what is Windfall? Game 13. Woo, baby! So he's got 10. And here he goes. Here comes the unload, boys and girls. So if he had instead saved that guy one more turn, we could have gotten rid of quite a lot of mana generation for him with Last Nightmare here. I'm okay with this. I can start working on double generation here. Okay, so I imagine he's gonna like double his land here, or start crawling down this direction. Let's get our bridge going. Let's move you. Kill him, get a card off of it. Or not. Okay. Since we've been controlling 3 of these, we've been doing decently so far in terms of Faeria generation. So he does have more than us. He has more cards. I'm just going to remove this guy because I've got a shit ton and he's banking on the fact that I'm not going to be able to... Oh shit, I didn't build up enough sand. That sucks. So... Okay, so I can buff him and get the kill. Yeah, I might have to do that. It's going to cost me 6. So I'm going to put sand up, move over there, buff him, get the kill. And apparently he says how it was a mistake. Oops, maybe? I don't know. That comes off as pretty aggressive. That was a mistake, you noob. -3, set a god's life to 10. Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. That is real good. So that puts him in a situation where he can start killing me, like, right away. However, he can't dash over there yet, so I can hold on to this for one more, just to see what he's gonna do. And I've got enough Faeria to... I could put 2 lands there. Yeah, so let's put some pressure on. Do we want to kill him right away? If we do, we get some more Faeria. I think so. So let's move up. Okay. So he can put 2 land there. I don't know if he's shit-talking me or he's talking about himself. He's only got 5, so he can play, what, 1 card? So he indexed pretty highly on a mid-game attack. Okay, so he just healed me. I'm cool with that. So this is going to kill both of them both ways. So I could... Let's see. I can get rid of him. Can move him up, move him over. Still go for 10 damage. I think I'm going to do that. Does it force me to use this right away? Let's see. Okay. And let's not blow everything we have right now. This worked really well too because it separated this guy who could kill him from the demon wing. And it makes it so that we win. God bless. Okay, so what we did there, let's look at the board real quick. We did a decent job of defending our... setting up for a defense, if he was going to have it, by putting some special tiles right here in the back. We spread out with neutral tiles to control Faeria. We did a good job getting both of these for a little bit, and both of these in the early game, and both of these in the mid to late game. Because he indexed very heavily on a mid-game push, and we were able to shut it down, that was game. Cool. Alright, so... one last chest. This is the one, I believe. I believe. This is the one. It's gonna get us something absolutely crazy. Here we go! Okay, another ogre battler. Love that. These are insanely useful to me. So both of these are going to go into my deck pretty much immediately. And draw a card in combat. I really like that too. That's very heavy defense. Useful to us. We're going to get rid of this guy. Interesting. Queen's Guard, King's Guard. This guy is way cooler. As long as we have... yeah, I guess both could be useful. Depends on whether we have a dearth of Faeria, which is not happening to us too commonly. Or cards, which is happening to us more commonly. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Grizz, and thank you for joining me and going plaid on this episode of From Zero to Hero, Faeria, Grizz Games. I want to say thank you. I love you all. And good night, you beautiful grizzly bears, grizzly mamas, cubs, hipsters, gamers, drinkers, philosophers, artists, all of you. And I will be seeing you more tomorrow with more Faeria. And over the weekend with possibly some Dark Souls as we prepare for... the next release, the next expansion, which is coming out here pretty soon. So, if you like what you're seeing, give me a like or dislike, give me a follow, subscribe, what have you. Hit me up with some comments, I'll get right back to you. Welcome to the Grizz community. You stay beautiful. Alright, if you're watching on the stream, I'm just gonna keep streaming while I play some more games here. If you want to hear some commentary, want to ask me some questions and whatnot, feel free. Otherwise, I'm going to be a little more quiet, I think. Although it's hard for me to shut up once I've started. Okay, so let's adjust that deck to get our new, very interesting cards. So I'm going to get rid of the second Horsemaster. And let's add the... I'd like to figure out a use for Soul Drain as well. I love that guy. Let's add the Wind Soldier, perhaps. Be right back. So thinking about it now, this guy is essentially, I mean, he's a removal card. Oh, I need to get back to the actual game there. He's a removal card, and he's not going to be as useful as a similarly priced Flame Burst, which we have two of. How expensive are they? Flame Burst. 20. So there's no reason to get him in our deck instead of a Flame Burst. Interesting. So, cool concept. Gives me 1. Alright. And we have that second... Ignis, Lord of the Flame. Yeah, so we can only have 1 in play at any one time. Yeah, so 80. Give me that money! Good shit. Okay, let's not lose our focus here. So I think I'd like to get... Have we actually added any of the Queen's Assassins here? It's a pretty fucking good collection unit. Does it beat the Imperial Guard? I don't think so. You know, honestly, it might be useful having that over... I'm not... Yeah, Gift of Steel was useful for us. I'm not too sold on the Salamanders thus far. Like, we really have to do a good job of placement with them. So let's get rid of 1, put in the Assassin. I like the King's Guard a lot. It's a good defender. Good card generation. And then what was the other item that we might want to get in there? Oh, the other ogre. It's pretty expensive. But we can do a lot with him. Then we have a third fanatic. These guys are great. Shaitan demons, how useful have you been to us? Oblivion riders, how useful have you been to us? Shaitan demons have been pretty useful. Oblivion riders have been a fairly big sink of cash. Got rid of one of those. What if we were to be so bold as to get rid of the other one and add another removal? A cheap removal. It's 4 damage. And the Ogre Battler. Alright. So we're at 4.2 now, which is a little more expensive. But we are cool with that. Okay. I wonder what the avatar unlocks we have. Do we still have... Avatar. How do we even unlock these? 5 out of 5. I don't know what the hell that means. Interesting. Do we unlock those in, I assume the only way is to pay? Because I haven't seen anything like that in the chest. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. How much is this shit? $20 for 7,500. I think the Steam Pack gets you more than that. Oh, maybe they come in a mythic chest. What's in a mythic chest? Okay. We will never know. Wait, what is... Why does that light up in the store? Oh, it just takes you back. Friend request. Glitchbot. Haha. Okay. Good shit, boys. Good shit. So for this part of the stream, we are going to play some music. So we're going to stop streaming for a second, and we're going to come back, and we're going to play some music. Okay, welcome back. Let's listen to some dank tunes. No, we never turned down the volume on the game. Good thing it's not too loud. Ladies and gentlemen, what is your desire? Now, ladies and gentlemen, explosions and fire. 2 potential collectors and a defender. Sure. Two last nightmares. It's gonna be a rush. Lord of Terror, hell yeah. Nothing cheap. In a world of taunts, I'm gonna fucking win.
Goodbye.
Shit, haven't heard this for a while. I can afford this. Whoops. Look at this shit. Look at all these. I mean, fucking just throw out some ogres. Elder for yucks. Cool. I thought that was fireball. I don't know if I can do something that guy. Okay. GG. Oh wait, not yet. No, I fucked it up. Whatever. Oh wait, we're good. I assume the last one's gonna be a chest here. Epic missions for 150. Okay. Nice.
Welcome to paradise. A gunshot rings out at the station. Another urchin snaps and left dead on his own. It makes me wonder why I'm still here. For some strange reason it's now feeling like my home, and I'm never gonna go. Welcome to paradise.
Again, I'm perfectly okay with this. Oh, nice. That's cool. Fucking Iron Maiden, man. So good. Every time. Can't get a quick kill on him. gonna die next turn. Sorry, buddy. That's a bummer. Yep. Oh. Crossed onto my land. Fuck. Gave that to him. I think we should restart. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So it wants us to play aggressively. Let's do that. Whoops. Fuck. Still not gonna put me at 5. Fuck. It's not gonna work at this point. Yep. Whoop.
Have you ever wondered what it could be like? And now it's all set to come back home. You were after nothing I could give. No. Have you ever wondered what it could be like? And now we're standing back on my feet. There's nothing there, so now you want better. And I know I should have held you closer, and I know I should have treated you better in a perfect world, but we're not always what we promised to be. You caught my words in mid-air, the silence hung as you caught my eye. Conversations locked away in my mind.
I think I'm fucked. Turtle for life.
I know I should have treated you better. I know I should have treated you better.
That's a pretty good one.
I know I should have treated you better.
So it's gonna be 366.
Have you wondered what it could be like? And now it's all set to come back home. You were after nothing I could give. Have you wondered what it could be like? And now we're standing back on our feet. There's nothing there, so you want better.
Ugh. Should have moved him there first.
All these words alone, it's nothing like your poem.
I think you can pick someone off next turn. Let's go. Talking Heads.
And you may find yourself living in a shotgun shack. And you may find yourself in another part of the world. And you may find yourself behind the wheel of a large automobile. And you may find yourself in a beautiful house with a beautiful wife. And you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here?
It's looking better. Looking a lot better.
And you may ask yourself, how do I work this? And you may ask yourself, where is that large automobile? And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful house. And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful wife. Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground into the blue again. After the money's gone, once in a lifetime, water flowing underground. Same as it ever was. 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 Water dissolving and water removing. There is water at the bottom of the ocean. Under the water, carry the water. Remove the water at the bottom of the ocean. Water dissolving and water
So I can remove him. Didn't necessarily need another mountain, but for placement, it's decent.
You may ask yourself, what is that beautiful house? You may ask yourself, where does that highway go to? And you may ask yourself, am I right? Am I wrong? And you may say to yourself, my God, what have I done? Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by.
Let's see if that was worth it. So he's gonna summon endless wave crash colossi. Alright. So now we counter. Potential for 9 damage. He's gonna kill one. 6 damage potential. 3 damage potential. Amaranth. Fuck yeah. Let's give him a choice. Get him down to 4 damage. Got him down to 3 damage. Can do a double clear here. Let's get rid of him. Okay. This comes into use. Let's go with the style kill. Which one are you gonna kill next? Which one is it gonna be? Are you gonna give me the kill with a Village Elder for the win? Whoop! Hell yeah. Oh.
Let me see how many palms go up high if you ever felt the world had to leg. And what you wave from side to side to symbolize needing help when the sand pull you under quick. Big mama said the devil's up to no good, but we can heal it on a Sunday with a good book. Or if we feel it on a Monday for a good look. And make it part of the campaign to withstand pain. Me, myself,
Why not? De La Soul or Snoop Dogg? The fuck? How many? Alright. That's pretty savage. Destroyed my deck. Do I not have a deck anymore? Interesting.
Your music means everything.
Oh, I take damage every time. Oh my god, that's savage.
Turn off the song, find someone to love. Turn off the song, you can listen to it later. Go outside.
That is evil. Must be evil back. I'm gonna get fucking blown up. Three turns left, maybe? Maybe.
Someone to love, turn off the song, you can listen to it later.
The fucking heals. One turn. Unless I heal, I'm dead. Oh, I tried to draw a card. Fuck. So I need to beat him real fast. Good shit.
One more? Oh, we gotta play some Guns